All right, so here we All right, there we go. So here we are now with part 2 with Jessica Herthel, because we are going to be talking about how do you make change with no money, right? Because you got to really be real. I mean, it takes time and resources, but when you have a limited budget, what have you found have been your biggest obstacles in helping to promote I Am Jazz and love and the LGBTQ?
I would say the number one thing you have to remember when you're doing change work is that it doesn't pay so well. So it's important to not be afraid to ask for help. And when I say ask for help, I mean not just put a general ask out on your social media saying, can you please chip in? You need to call people on the phone, which I know can be uncomfortable, people that you think might be able to support you, and give a direct ask and say, this is a project I'm working on, could you contribute any amount? I found that that's helpful. I've also found it's helpful to network. One thing that's been great for us on social media, especially when we were trying to get the book made, is putting the ask out on social media, can you introduce me to someone who might know someone, who might know someone? And that's been really rewarding about social media, is that you're 6 degrees of separation away from anybody who could really change your life. So to be very direct in asking for financial help when you're trying to launch something, but also to network at every opportunity. I mean, there's the old saying, the answer is yes, now ask me the question. Try to say yes to as many people and as many opportunities as you can, not really ever knowing where it could lead. I mean, every conversation you strike up, in a restaurant with a waitress, you never know where that could lead. So just be open to that. I think that's really exciting.
And I think, because you say yes, so on this side, the person who has the effort that you're pushing out there is that you say yes to attend and be there, but you got to be prepared for the no's that are going to come, and to recognize that no may just be the first step to yes. Because sometimes it takes people to understand more about what your project is about. They need to understand more about who you are and what you stand for.
Yeah, I would expect no, and then be pleasantly surprised by a yes.
Yes,
I think that's a good way to ask for money. I mean, it definitely is a balancing act between, like I said to Sandra, being responsible with your finances and how you spend your time, but wanting to live a life of intention and meaning. So being able to find that balance where you're able to pay your bills, but you also know that you're dedicating whatever time you can to something more meaningful. I think that's really the key to getting that equilibrium in your life.
So I'm going to ask you this final question, though. What do you think about the saying, follow your heart and the money will follow?
I think it maybe is a little bit of a fantasy. I think follow the responsible plan dictated by your tax attorneys. I think that there's enough time in the day to try to do a little of both. Do responsible planning for your future and also pursue what makes your heart sing. And like I said, it's got to be that balancing act, because starving artists are great, but it's not so great when you starve.
Yeah.
So finding that balance is really key.
Okay, so and I think what's really key when making change is finding people like you who are walking the walk and talking the talk and just putting it into action. This helps to keep my heart full and to give hope for the future. So thank you so much, Jessica.
Thanks, Sandra.
We are living the dream.
Bye.